Hi folks, Matt Mazie with Future Cones Fishing Tips and Tricks here. Today we're going to show you how to properly set up your baitcaster in order to make that cast without that dreaded backlash. Now, most people new to fishing tend to stay away from the baitcasters because of the difficulty in getting to know and understand the setup, as well as getting that ability to be able to cast it out there each and every time without dealing with that line just tangling up and taking you 20-30 minutes just to get it all undone and back to fishing. So the goal here is to keep you fishing as long and as much as possible. So I'm going to demonstrate a proper cast here with a little bit heavier of a lure. We're going to go ahead and try to show you and demonstrate that cast. As you'll notice here on my reel, nice cleanly spooled up line, and we're going to just reel it back and cast nice and hard. And as you can see, no backlash, the line went out and the lure went far. And that's the objective each and every time you go to cast out. Now when you have this set up properly, each and every time you change your lure, you have to change out how it's set up, adjust the drag, and you have to adjust the brake. Otherwise, it's each and every lure will change the dynamic on how it's thrown. So in order to demonstrate this, I'm going to start off with a brand new lure. As you can see, new in the box, has not been cast before, especially on this setup. So we'll just remove that old lure and open up the next and put it on. New lure. And we're golden. So the first thing I like to do is I like to reel up the line all the way up to the top. And I'll let the lure set and I'll turn my drag here all the way up to where when I click the button to cast, it doesn't move. And then I'll slowly adjust that back, very little at a time, and slowly edge it in until I see the line start to drop. And once it gets to that point, I'll reel it back up, test a few, still a little slow to drop, so I'll let just a little more tension off. And I want to make sure that I get a clean drop every time, without any effort, without any pressure, and without doing it during a cast. Now, on my brake, I like to adjust the brake all the way down or all the way up and start working my way backwards as I cast. Now, I know on this particular one, I'm not going to go quite max, and it's a little bit heavier of a lure, so I know that I'm going to be okay with this one. So I'm about 3/4 the way to max, and we'll go ahead and give it a test run. So we got a pretty decent cast on that one, and we'll bring it back in. I think we could have got a further cast, a much better cast, with a little less tension on that brake. And what that brake does is as this wheel starts spinning, that brake engages by a centrifugal force, and it comes out and it causes it to slow enough so that the spool doesn't continue past when the line has stopped coming out. So we're going to adjust that a little bit more, probably about halfway, and let's see where we're at on that casting. I think we got a lot further out, and as you can see, still no backlash. Now, every time I change, as I said, I have to readjust all these settings, but it's well worth it because of the ability to really place that cast with these. There's a lot of different methods in being able to cast out. You have what they call pitching. You have a whole lot of different methods in order to get up into those more complicated areas underneath docks, in the weeds, under trees, and things along those lines. So as you can see, we've got this one just about set right. It's given a pretty good cast. We're going to go ahead and keep this one set up this way. So why don't you join us again next week? We'll have a whole new set of fishing tips and tricks to share with you, and we'll teach you how to be a good fisherman yet. Appreciate you folks. Have a great day.